This is fire!
Wait! Oh no.
Today, we're taking a look at the latest controversy involving Claressa Shields. Critics have been calling her Pop's alleged mistress, his side chick, his pick-me, and even referring to their relationship as a rumored entanglement. The situation has attracted a huge amount of attention, especially after today's press conference for the upcoming Claressa Shields vs. K. Scott fight in Atlanta. Fans and media were watching every moment closely. Scott traveled all the way from Australia and seemed to be dealing with the effects of jet lag. Even so, she arrived ready to face the cameras. Surprisingly, the press conference turned out to be much more revealing than most people expected, with several moments instantly grabbing everyone's attention. But before we go through everything that was said, let's first take a look at Claressa and Pop as they arrived at the press conference.
This is fire!
Wait! Oh no.
Everything that happened during the press conference gave people plenty to discuss. The event began with representatives from Salida Promotions explaining that Pap had played an important role in bringing Run Records together with the promotion. Although the partnership is still relatively new, they repeatedly thanked him for introducing them to Ruben from Run Records. Ruben later stepped onto the stage and shared his excitement about being involved in the upcoming fight. One announcement immediately stood out from the rest. According to the organizers, only about 20% of the tickets had been sold at that point, a number that was certain to get people talking. Next, Lamy joked that he had almost prepared a ChatGPT-generated speech before deciding to speak naturally instead. He complimented both Claressa and Pap for being intelligent entrepreneurs with strong business instincts, while Ruben explained that Run Records has grown far beyond the music industry and is now involved in entertainment, boxing, and several other business ventures. Lamy also thanked Claressa's team for allowing fighters connected with Zeus Network to compete on the event's fight card. Even with all the praise being shared on stage, the overall atmosphere felt surprisingly quiet. That became one of the biggest observations among viewers. When Claressa's name was announced, the audience response sounded noticeably subdued. The situation became even more awkward when Pap unexpectedly walked onto the stage during her introduction. As Claressa made her entrance, organizers had to encourage the crowd to cheer louder because the reaction wasn't as energetic as expected. A few moments later, while Lamy tried to build excitement around crossover fighters and celebrity involvement, both Claressa and Pap could be seen laughing, making the entire segment feel more uncomfortable than exciting. Scott then shifted everyone's attention back to the sport itself by sharing details about her boxing journey. She explained that many people judge her professional record without realizing she spent nearly 15 years competing as an amateur throughout Australia before eventually turning professional. She reminded everyone that she currently holds 2 championship belts and made it clear that if Claressa wanted those titles, she would have to defeat her first. Scott's manager added that she was still dealing with jet lag after making the long trip, but promised she would be completely ready by the time fight week arrived. Another moment that quickly became a major talking point came when Pap addressed the audience. He encouraged everyone to stand up and celebrate Claressa, referring to her as ESPN's Fighter of the Year. That statement immediately sparked debate because the award has not officially been announced for the current year. He also talked about previous sold-out events, being recognized by fans at airports, and the support Claressa receives wherever she goes before thanking the fighters connected with the event's promotional partners. Throughout Pap's speech, Claressa appeared noticeably reserved, leading many viewers to question whether every part of the presentation was actually helping generate excitement for the upcoming fight. Pap also spoke about ignoring critics and argued that many of Claressa's opponents become better fighters after facing her because of the elite level she competes at. However, while trying to provide examples, he appeared to confuse fighters' names and moments from previous fights, resulting in several awkward corrections from Claressa herself, as well as others in attendance. He later criticized what he described as false narratives surrounding Claressa before wrapping up his speech by thanking Zeus and expressing his love and appreciation for her. Claressa then closed the press conference by thanking God and showing appreciation to Selita Promotions, Run Records, and K. Scott for accepting the challenge. She also explained that losing 20 pounds is much more difficult than many fans realize. Before finishing, she joked that next time she wanted to compete with a more natural appearance, saying she hoped to channel the Cleo style made famous by Queen Latifah's character in Set It Off. Then the press conference took another unexpected turn. Claressa suggested that everyone involved should expect great hospitality throughout Fight Week, from the media events to the official weigh-in and every activity in between. She added that if people treated her team well, they would receive the same respect in return, or else. That comment immediately caught people's attention because many felt it sounded more like a warning than a joke. Claressa also claimed that around 2,000 tickets had already been sold while predicting that nearly 18,000 of her own supporters would attend the event. At the same time, she admitted she still hadn't decided who would accompany her to the ring, despite saying that several major celebrities had already reached out to her. The surprises continued when Claressa revealed that she wanted the event to follow a specific dress code. She encouraged women attending the fight to wear nude colors, glitter, sequins, diamonds, and anything with plenty of sparkle. Considering Atlanta's hot weather, the suggestion left many people wondering how practical it really was. She also spoke about her relationship with Zeus Network, praised its street fighters, described herself as both a boxer and a street fighter, and even suggested that some of those competitors could eventually earn opportunities to compete for world titles. During the audience question and answer session, the conversation shifted once again when Claressa was asked about people who rank other fighters ahead of her. She responded bluntly, saying that anyone who believes that must be smoking crack, before mentioning Alicia Baumgardner, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, and Michaela Mayer. She explained that those fighters had supported her in the past but no longer give her the same level of recognition. That answer stood out because her relationships with several of those names have clearly changed over time, making it another storyline that continues to follow her career. At the same time, many fans are still wondering why this matchup was made instead of a rematch with Hannah Gabriels or the long-discussed showdown against Chris Cyborg, both of which had generated significant excitement among boxing fans. Those were some of the biggest moments from the press conference, but there's still much more to discuss. More clips will likely continue circulating, especially the moments during Pap's speech where he appeared to mix up names and previous events, which have already become major talking points online. Many viewers also pointed out the irony that while critics are often accused of getting facts wrong, several statements made during the event seemed inconsistent themselves. That's exactly why this press conference continues to generate conversation long after it came to an end.